Hi class, and this is your Module 2 lab video. And this Module 2 lab for your lab exam in Module 2 is based on the Lab Practicum 2 master list. So I'm going to pull up the Lab Practicum 2 master list. And for your lab exam and your lab quiz for this module will be based on all these checklist items. So use this checklist as a study guide and make sure you are able to identify everything on this list via a picture. So your lab quiz and lab exams really going forward are all based on pictures, and they're based on the structures in these lab practicum lists. So this lab practicum list is all in the skeletal system. And as you're trying to find these structures, you should listen and watch and use the PowerPoints in this module. So especially chapter 7 and chapter 8 go through the axial and appendicular skeleton in very detail. So you can use those PowerPoints to help you identify these structures. So this is the Lab Practicum 2 master list. This is what your lab quiz and lab exam will be based on, all these structures. I'm going to go ahead and go all the way to the bottom, and then I'm going to go back to the Lab 2 module to show what else you need to do for lab in this module and then this week. So here we have the Lab Practicum 2 list, and I have a lot of different videos that help explain there's bones videos. They're not necessarily from me, but they're shared resources that we use within the department. Mastering the Skull workshop videos, virtual tour of the skeleton, and bones videos. Use as little or as much of these resources as you want. Here's where your lab quiz will be that you need to do by June 27th. Submit lab pages of the skeletal system here. So in your Aaron Ammerman lab manual book, you have, I think, 1 or 2 chapters in that book of actually labeling the skeletal system. It doesn't include all the bones that you're responsible for, but it gives you practice in labeling the skeletal system. So when you label all of those pages of the skeletal system, you should also label the joint pages as well as the introduction to skeletal system tissue. Take pictures of all of those pages and then upload them to this assignment. And this assignment has a wrong due date, so I will change that. The due date for this assignment should be June 27th, which is the same due date for everything in Module 2. So be sure to upload that lab work for 10 points. So take pictures and fill in those pages for the skeletal system pages. And then your Lab 2 exam, again, will be due on Sunday. That'll be proctorio, so it'll be remotely proctored. But your quiz is not. That's an open note, open book quiz. So again, use your Lab Practica master list as a checklist, as a study guide to make sure you know all the bones in the skeletal system, all the bone tissue. Use these videos to help your studying. Also use the PowerPoints, especially in chapters 7 and 8, the axial and appendicular skeleton, to serve as a good resource as you're learning the bones. Listen to my lecture videos as well, because I will go through and explain those bones in detail in the lecture videos, and then submit to your lab pages. If you have any questions, let me know, but that is what you'll be doing in lab for this module. Get excited for the next module when we start to do some dissecting.